Hello and welcome back to part 2 of the quick overview video. In the previous video, I showed you a way to quickly set up your own assets for animation, and in this video, I'll show you how you can get started doing the actual animation. For this video, I'll be using the finished Spineboy example, so let's get started. The first thing I'll do here is I'll go to the main menu here and open projects, open the Spineboy project, and open. As you can already see, we have a lot more bones in this one than we had in the previous video. And if we expand the Spineboy example, or the skeleton here, you can see all the bones we have and all the images attached to them. Just gonna minimize this again and go to the animations node here. And we already have two animations on this skeleton. So I go to animate mode and just going to zoom out a little here, and then enable looping down here and press play. You can also hit D on the keyboard and it will play it forward. If I click this small dot here on the tree, we can switch between the different animations that I have. We will be creating a completely new animation from scratch here, although it will be a relatively rough animation. It will not be a complete animation. I'll just be showing the workflow. So let me stop this. To do that, just click New Animation with the animation node selected, and we'll name this one Temp. So as you can see, we now no longer have any keys down here in the timeline, and we can get started creating our own animation. So the way I like to do things is I first do all my major poses, and then once they're done and I have the timing that I want, I will do the intermediate poses. So I'm just gonna get started, and I will first go and set the pose I want for the first frame, which is frame 0. So just gonna quickly be moving things into place, and I'm using C and V on the keyboard to switch between rotation and translation. You can also right click to switch between the transforms that you had active. So let me just get these bones into place, and here I'm going to select both bones at the same time and rotate them. They will then rotate additively. And with that done, I kind of like this pose here. I'm going to select all the bones except for the root bone, and I will then key translation rotation. I'm not going to be using scaling here, so I'm just going to hit these, and now we have keys set. If I expand the dope sheet, you can see there are now keys for all the bones. Then with that done, select keys, copy them, paste them on frame 20, then I go to frame 10 and I then start doing it the opposite way here. And just like before, it's gonna be relatively rough animation. I'll rotate the arms here, just move it slightly. And hit K this time to key everything that have been changed. And then deselect everything. As you can now see, while hitting K, it's only keyed the things that I've actually changed, and I actually want to have all the bones keyed. So just like before, select all bones and now have keys set. You can see some of them have lines between them, and this means there's actually a value change between these keys. The other ones are have the same value, so this means that these keys are actually wasted. But I like to go and clean this up in the end and not do it yet. So go back to first frame, need to lower the hit slightly so he's actually on the ground. Hit K, select this key and paste it at the last frame. Here we also need to have on the ground and this is just slightly, this stride was a little too long, so that's a little better. And now, as you can see, we got some changing going on here. So the next thing I'll do is I will insert some poses in between these, and I'll start here at frame 5, but I do not want to have the tweening shown, so I'll switch to step mode. And this means that there's no tweening going on, and it will only change the value as I hit a new key. I'll go to frame 5, like I said, and I will set the values that I want here. So I'm just going to have, it's like he's having, he'll be at his highest point here. And once again, just pretty rough animation, nothing crazy. And just rotate the torso as well, and rotate the head, then hit K. And now if I turn off step mode again, you can see he's now getting there's a few more things going on now. His leg is a little too stiff, but animation is a question of going in and refining your animations over and over again until you have something you're happy with. I'm just going to go to frame 15, turn off step mode, on, and then do the same thing that I just did for the other legs. And move the hip up and rotate the torso, rotate the head, also get rid of this small gap that I have going on here, and hit K. So now with step mode on, you can see this walk cycle, or very rough walk cycle that we've created in just a couple of minutes. Now let's say that I had a final animation, or that I had all the keys set that I wanted. I'll then go in and change the way, or the speed of the tweens. So for example, the hip here, it moves down just a little too quick here between frame 5 and 10. So I'm just going to select this key, open up the graph, and change this to Bezier. And the way this works is currently it will be moving slow in the start and speeding up and then slow in the end. What I want to happen is I want it to move slow in the end and a little faster in the, slow in the start and a little faster in the end. So I'm going to change this, I'll grab these handles and move them around. Now I have something that I like a little more, and I'll do the same thing for the keys between frame 15, and instead of having to do it again, I'm just gonna select both keys, and with match on I can just hit these handles and it will update, and now I have both keys using Bezier, and I have something that I like a little better. So as you can see, I've opened up a different project here, and this is something I've been working on for a short while. And I wanted to show you this because there's another way you can also do your animations. And if I just slowly scrub through these, this timeline here, you can see, if you notice on the foot here, that the images are actually changing. And this happens on both feet. And the way this is done is, if I just select the bone here and expand the left foot and then expand the slot, you can see there are multiple images on this slot. And up here you can see there's a dot. And to make a change to this, for example, if at let's just go to a different frame. Let's say at frame 4 here, I want to change the image of the foot. Let me just zoom in on that a little, to another one. I'll just select the visibility on that, and then click the dot here. And now a key will pop up down here, and it will actually change that image. So let me just delete this again, and then play it back for you. And this gives slightly more life to your animations. Another project that covers this topic is the Dragon project, and I'll just open that up shortly and show you what I am talking about here. So going to animate mode, I'm just gonna scrub the timeline a bit. As you can see, the images on the wings are changing, and if I just select one of them, you can see there are quite a lot of images, and if you notice the dot here, it will be changing to give you the animation of the wings. There's still a couple of things that I haven't covered in this quick overview video, but if you have any questions, you're more than welcome to register on our forum and ask away there. My name is Sonny Nilsson, and I hope you found this video educational and that you can now use what you've learned to create your own animations. I hope to see you around for more videos in the future. Bye for now.